you ever wondered why I feel like your light, no matter how bright you feel, somebody be trying to dim it? That's what's happening. Because for me, it's like when I'm in my power zone, it feel like that somebody is draining my light. Like somebody is, and it's the enemy. It's let me be honest, it's that mindset. It's that thing that we have lived in for so long. For me, it's the trauma, it's the hurt, it's the pain, it's the fear, it's all of it comes back to steal my life. You ever felt like that? Put it in the comments. Because what happens is, when we have that energy force working for us, that sabotage starts to seep in, that doubt starts to seep in, and it's coming to take it because it don't want you to break through, because you've been conditioned to be in the dark, not to let your light shine, not to let your the best of you shine through. So it's training yourself that no matter what, I'm going to keep focusing, I'm going to keep grinding, I'm going to keep being happy, I'm going to keep being healthy, I'm going to keep doing the things that makes me feel good, okay? Because if you in this fight and you in this to build a better you, then what happens is the old you don't want to let go, okay? I call it the paradigm shift. When you in that paradigm shift, it's that part of you that's conditioned to be not at your full force. So it wants you to go back and be in that negative and that depressed mode, and that I'm not good enough to get through to that next level. It don't want you to level up. It wants to stay in that comfortable zone. So when your light up, it's like, oh man, I don't really want to feel like this. So yeah, you're gonna have those times where you might feel so motivated, and the next minute you feeling like I can't do this, or you get that resistance, and that's just that paradigm that's trying to hold you back, and you just gotta bust through that. You gotta bust through that trying moment in your life. That's when you conditioned not to get through that, because everything wants you to run back into those same loops and that same pattern, and you got to break through those patterns. That's why I spend a lot of time not talking about money in a way, not talking about prosperity is money and monetary value, because the first value is you. The first value is cultivating what it's going to take to get there. Because if you not really realizing the trauma, the pain, and realizing the things that you got to fight through, then everything else ain't going to matter. But that's why I spend a lot of time getting you ready for that next level, getting you ready to break through. And when you in that breakthrough moment, you can always come back and shift in and say, oh, it's my mindset. Because what happens is you got to keep this light burning. You got to keep what God gave you to harvest everything else. You gotta use that, because that's your greatest tool. Your greatest tool is to cultivating, to nurture what He is giving you. So that's how you break through those trying times. The no answers, which I call no, not right now answers, because when you're not getting it the way you want it, it's some instructions on how to get it, and that's when you got to follow through on that. But you got to understand that it's a process. You got to understand that, man, my light is my power though. Your light is how God guides you through this thing. And do not let the enemy, the paradigm, and all the other things wear you down, because the greatest enemy is inside of you, okay? It's not an outside force, because once you understand you are your greatest enemy and you are the greatest love also. Yes, we deal with a double-edged sword, but the greatest thing about it is once you program this thing, it's 95% gonna work for you, and it's gonna love you for it. Okay, it's gonna fight you at first, then it's gonna love you for it, because that's when you in that journey mode. Because yes, it's not gonna be perfect. No, you're gonna always have those trials, but your mind already know it's, hey, I'm gonna win this. I'm conditioned to win. This is what we doing. right now. We are conditioning. You are in that power zone of conditioning. And that's what this is. Your life is the conditioning to bringing you through to that next level. And you need that. You need to understand, man, I got to get this light back. And it's not going anywhere, okay? That's the greatest thing. Your life is not going nowhere. Your mind gonna try to trick you to tell you that you can't do it, but you can. You can break through, and once you start to break through, it's gonna get stronger. It's gonna get stronger. So yeah, you're gonna always have that doubt. You're gonna always have those moments of where you're gonna let negative outside forces you're gonna hear some things, and it's gonna shake you, and it's gonna get you out kilter. Your chakra is always not gonna be aligned, okay? But you're gonna understand how to get it back, okay? That's what I'm telling you. Your light is not going nowhere. Sometimes you just gotta reset. Sometimes you just gotta breathe. Sometimes you just gotta reassert yourself, reset yourself, and say, I am good enough. I love me today. You know, and you gotta understand. You gotta acknowledge when you have failed. Okay, it's nothing wrong with acknowledging. Okay, I messed up. Cool. We all nobody's perfect. So once you understand that, get past it and let's move on. I mess up all the time. You know, that's why I'm sitting here telling you about a light. And do you feel like it's flickering sometimes? Do you feel like somebody trying to dim your light? Do you get them negative Nancy's or those people that's telling you what you can't do? Are you speaking big things and everybody around you looking at you like, what you talking about? Or you feel like you don't fit in? You don't no more, okay? Let me be real with you. Let me focus you on something. This is a lonely road, okay? You're gonna have a lot of time alone because this is not a team effort sport. This is not a sport effort. I'm gonna be honest with you. You're gonna get like-minded people, but most of them on their journey too. They ain't gonna be there to hold your hand and cheer you on. They gonna give you enough, you know what I'm saying? But they gotta have their space, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta respect that. You know, I mean, this is a thing about, this is gonna be something that's meant for you. Okay, everybody ain't gonna see your vision. Everybody ain't gonna see where you're trying to go. Only you can see that. No, when you look at a Sam Walton that made Walmart, he started out with little stores. He drove 18 wheelers, on 18 wheelers. He did things that other people wouldn't do. But he had a vision. He knew that, okay, I gotta get this done. Okay, my driver ain't gonna show up today, but I gotta get this package over here. You know what I mean? Everybody ain't gonna see your vision. But you gotta say, guess what? Ain't nobody gonna dim my light no more. Ain't nobody gonna take this from me. I gotta do it. And once you understand that, when you have those setbacks, those moments, and you gonna have them, you gonna be in that moment like, man, I can't do this. But you can do it, okay? And that's the thing about the light. It's gonna draw you. The more you work at it, the more you pick yourself back up, and the more you go back at it. I have those moments all the time. I have a lot on my plate, and I be like, man, look, I'm doing too much, man. I'm not doing enough, okay? Let me explain to you when I say that. Because there's nothing on my plate I can't accomplish. I just got to reset my plate, okay? I have to say, okay, I took on too much today. Don't mean that what I got is too much. I just took on too much that day, okay? This the thing. There's nothing that your mind ain't thinking that you can't accomplish. Because if it thinking, you can accomplish it. But you have to understand that it's not going to be done overnight. But just the thing also is that execution is a must, okay? You have to put in work. And the faster you can execute, the better. It ain't got to be perfect. Execute. You know what I'm saying? Because the faster you execute, the faster you're going to get better. And the more your light going to get stronger. I'm exercising this because if you feeling what I'm saying, put in the comment, I feel it. You know what I'm saying? Because your light is your everything. That's how you grow. You know what I'm saying? The light is your life. You know what I'm saying? And that is the whole thing about it, man. You get more healthy, you get more stronger, you get more confidence. But you gotta keep working at it. You gotta keep feeding it. You know what I'm saying? What wolf gonna live? The one you feed or the one you starve? The one you feed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeding that good one. I'm feeding the goodness of me. I don't feed that other nigga star. I could care less. Because this is the thing. I want the best version of me, so I'm going to feed the best version of me. Who are you feeding? Put in the comments. I'm feeding the best version of me. You got to reinstill in you who you are. Because nobody else is going to do that for you. And once you start to do it, you can light everybody else's life up with it. The best version of you is you. And the best version you can be for somebody else is the best version of you. But if you're not working on the best version of you, then you give them the other one. And that's why generational poverty is steadily passed down, because it's so easy to feed poverty seeds. Same way it's easy to feed generational wealth. It's the same seed. And that's the crazy part. The same effort that it takes to feed negative, it takes the same amount of energy to feed positive. But nobody sees that, because all the thing they can function is what they know. So they know poverty, they feed poverty. They know wealth, they feed wealth. You gotta feed wealth to you, so that way you can pass down the wealth, okay? It's here. It's not monetary yet, because it's gotta be here first before it becomes monetary. That's why, like I said, mindset capital is coming. All of these things that I'm speaking on is already in existence, okay? What I'm telling you is that it's in you. What I'm telling you is that you got what it takes. You got what it takes. Go and lock in to stand.store/W Newborn. It's in the it's gonna be in the description. But this is the part. This is the great part. Is you got what it takes. You got everything it takes to keep your life beaming. I'm talking about on full go. Because the longer you keep it on full go, the stronger it's gonna become for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, keep your light on go until it dim all the way out. So what? It's gonna come right back. That's the beauty of it. It's like muscle memory. Once you start to really utilize your light, it will not leave you. It will not. It's gonna dim, because you're gonna get out. Embrace the journey at that point, because it's a journey. I face the journey. I'm not perfect. Y'all get the best of me, because I'm going to tell you what I'm going through. I'm going to let you know, look, man, this is what I'm struggling with. That way, you know what I'm saying? I constantly battle with me. I constantly got to be like, okay, you too serious. You need to have some fun. You driven too hard. You gotta understand the love life. I have to understand these concepts. And I come right to you and give you the same concept, because no matter how good I might think it's always room for growth. There's always room for expansion. There's always room to make my light brighter. God gave us these gifts, and they are awesome once you understand it. That's why I spend a lot of time on mindset, inspiration, transformational, because once you understand it, you got to be inspired to transform, and once you transform, you can't go back. This is the greatest thing about what people not telling you, because they don't understand it. And the mind will heal itself if you will allow it. If you put in the work, you gotta put in the work. You gotta accept where you at, and then you gotta do something about it. You know what I'm saying? You got to get real with yourself, accept it, and then do something about it. You got to put in work. The faith without works is dead. The bottom line, and that's the truth. If you want results, you got to put it in to get the results. You know what I'm saying? Leave it all out there. Leave it all on the playing field. You know what I'm saying? This life is a playing field. Life is what you got here putting it in to get what you want out of it. You know, I was watching the Michael Jordan thing about how they took a 18-year-old and sculpted some shoes around it and told him, look, man, it ain't about the shoes, it's about who we put in it. Look, he already knew he was a superstar. You a superstar. Step into you. Like, comment, subscribe. Deuces.